Hello everyone, welcome to the Universal Classroom. In this video, we are going to learn about the pivot table. Pivot table is a tool in Excel. It is used to create the reports, or we can summarize the data in a more efficient way, understandable format, mm, and we can make it more interactive using graphs and slicer. We have approximately 10,000 rows data. This is a stored data. We are taking it as an example. There are multiple things like we have order month, segment of order, region like center, east, west, north, south, central, category, subcategory, and sales prices and quantity. And we have created a pivot table using this data. And in this data, we can easily understand that furniture sale in central region is this much, and office sale in central region is this much, like that, and the total sales is this. So let's start creating a pivot table. First we have to select the data, or we can just go to the insert tab. Here we have the option of pivot table, and there are two inputs that we have to give to create a pivot table. First we have to give the data, that raw data, that can be in the form of table or a range. Currently we are using the range. We will select it using click on the sheet, use Ctrl A to select all the data, or use shift Ctrl arrows to select the data, and it's visible here that we have chosen this range. And we can use the table also. The benefit in using the table is that, like, if after creating the pivot table, if we are adding any row or column in our raw data, then pivot will not automatically detect the data, and it will not make any change into the summary based on that. We have to change the source of that pivot after adding on anything. And if you will use a table format, it will automatically detect that thing. So first we will convert this data into table. We will use Ctrl plus A to select the data, and then Ctrl plus T for creating the table. Ctrl plus T is a shortcut key for creating tables. And we will check on this that my table has headers. Yes, we have headers, and click OK. Now the data is converted into table. Now we have one option visible here, that's table design. It is visible after creating the table. We will go to the table design and rename the table as row data. Or there's no mandatory thing like you are going to change the name of that table. Now go to insert, click on pivot table, and it will automatically detect that you have a table. So it detected, just recheck it if it's correct or not. Now our second input is new worksheet. If you will go with the new worksheet, then the pivot will be created in new worksheet, and that sheet will be automatically generated after clicking OK. And in existing worksheet, like if we need this pivot table here only, like in any existing worksheet, we will just click on that point where we need it, and then you click OK. We will continue with the new worksheet and then click OK, and the sheet is now automatically generated. And we have multiple things here. Here it is showing the pivot table 2. To build a report, choose fields from the pivot table field list, and this is the field list, and there are multiple things that we have mentioned in our header, like these, all of these. And below that there are 4 areas that are filter, column, row, values. We just have to drag these multiple things into these values into columns, rows, values, or either we need to create filters on that basis. For example, we want to analyze the data on monthly basis, and the categories should be there. First we will drag the category to our column area, and now it's visible here. All the things that we have in our raw data under the categories header, those are furniture, office supplies, technology. And now we need the total sales. We will drag it to values option because we need the total values of that, and we need the order month. We will drag it to rows area. Now this is our basic pivot table. We can easily understand that what we have sold in any specific month and what's the value of that. So this is basic pivot table. Now we can find multiple options in the values section. If we will click on it and go to value field settings, these are visible. Like we can count also, we can do average also, maximum, minimum, products, and so on. Currently we are choosing the sum as we only need the total sales data. Now go to the number format. From here you can select the format of the pivot table. Like we need the separators in number. We will use 1000 separator and click OK. And then if we will click OK, these separators are visible in our pivot table now. Now again go to the value field setting, show value as, like if we want how much percentage changes there in comparison to the previous month, we will use percentage difference from. And here in the month section, we will use the previous, like we need Feb figure in comparison to January and March figure in comparison to Feb. Just click OK and the values are here. And if we need both the things, like we want the total sales figure also and this percentage difference also, we will just undo the things. Now we have to drag the total sales figure again in the values section, and we will change this figure now. Show value as percentage difference from previous month. OK, and see, now both the things are visible. And if we want to remove these things, the percentage difference, we know we have used this function on this criteria. We will just drag it out in the blank space and it's gone now. And we can also hide the pivot table fields. Just right click on the table and here's the option hide field list. It's gone. And to make it visible, click again. And after creating pivot, two tabs are coming, that are pivot table analyze and design. That will be visible only after clicking on the table. If we will click outside the table, these options will not be visible. So in design section, we can use find multiple things. We can even change the style of the table. For example, we are using this. So our basic pivot table is ready now. Now if you want to see the data in on quarterly basis, like first 3 months in quarter 1, next 3 in quarter 2, next 3 in quarter 3, next 3 in quarter 4. To do that, we have to use the function grouping. First select the data that we want to group, just the row level. Go to pivot table analyze. Here is an option for group selection. Click on it and group is created now. If you want to create next group, again do the same thing, group selection, select it, click on group selection, again select it and click on group selection. And if you want to ungroup, just select it and click on the ungroup. And you can also rename it by double clicking on that, or just go to the cell where it is mentioned as group 1, click on the bar and type as quarter 1, like that. You can collapse it from this clicking here, or you can simply right click and use the expand entire field or collapse entire field. So our next point is how to use this filter option. There are two ways to do this. First, like if you want to make the filter or region on region basis, just drag the region into filters and the filter is applied here. Now if you will click on this, you can choose any of that and click OK, and it is shown for the central region now. And if you want to select multiple, then click on here and select whatever you want, or if you want all, then just click on all, then OK. There is one other way to make it more interactive. That's insert slicer. Click on it. It will show a pop-up like on what basis you want to filter out the things. We can filter out on multiple things also, like region, subcategory, and click OK. And we can move these tags, and we can move these tags also. Now if you will click on like accessories, then it will automatically filter out for accessories only, and if you need for central region also, then it will show like this. And if you want to check multiple things, click on this option and go select those things like that. And if you want to delete that filter or clear that filter, click on this icon and it's done. As we are using the table as our reference data now, but in case we were using the normal row column data, in that case if we are adding any row or column, we have to go to the pivot table analyze, and then we have to use change data source. When you will click on it, reselect the data that you need and click OK. Like if you are adding any row or column in this table, it will automatically detect, the pivot will automatically detect it, but we have to refresh it by right clicking on it to get the figures changed. Now go to the pivot table analyze. We can also create the charts here. Just click on the pivot chart. It will show some recommended charts, or you can choose any of them. We will take the first one and click OK. And our chart is also ready now. It's looking more interactive now. And if you will change anything in our raw data, then pivot will automatically detect, and when you will refresh it by right clicking on it, use refresh, the graph will also change accordingly. And we can also do one more thing from this, like we need the data for the tech, this figure like 12 lakhs 2666. For this amount we need the data that what we have sold or what is inside this figure. First we can go to the raw data and use the filters here to check that data. And if you are creating the pivot, then simply double click on the any figure. It will automatically create a new worksheet, and then all the data inside that figure will be visible. Just doing drag in drag out, and we can simply analyze the data and data of 10,000 rows in just seconds. So there you have it. I hope you find the video helpful. Let me know in the comment section if you have any questions or suggestions. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss out on future Excel tips and tricks. And thanks for watching.